Hi everyone, today is Wednesday, July 15th, and I just have a quick haul to share with you. So this is actually a combination of a one and done Scentsy Club order, and then I did want to pick up some things from the Italian summer edit. So I am just going to jump in. I did pick a few things up from the clearance section. I got a bar of Familia Comes First. This was from the Cocoa collection, and I really love this scent. This is a beautiful transition from summer to fall floral. This is so pretty. It does have marigold in it, and I'm just looking at the notes. It has marigold, night blooming jasmine, and warm vanilla amber. And this is just so pretty. Smelling it right now, there's actually something that reminds me a little bit of Southern Evening. And I don't know if I've picked that up before, but this is just such a pretty scent. I think I have one other bar of this, but this will be really nice as we transition into fall coming up. I also picked up 3 bars of Blooming Marvelous. This is a beautiful scent. This was a scent of the month a few years ago now, but this is just a very pretty kind of sweet floral. I'll look up the notes of this one too. So this is spring blossoms, ripened red currant, and gentle hints of golden amber. So there's that amber note again, but this just smells very sweet, almost sweet, like bordering marshmallow, like a perfumey marshmallow, but it's a beautiful perfumey floral, and I really like this one. It's not a very strong performer. It's definitely not a boomer, but it is a really pretty, pleasant background scent. And then the last one that I picked up from clearance is Mojito Mambo. So I did get 3 of these. I have a brick of this from when it was originally available in the Let's Dance collection, and I think I'm almost through with that. This is just such a unique scent. This is a very herbal mint, so it smells like mint that you just picked from the garden. Tyson doesn't love minty scents, so I don't warm these very often. And smelling this, it really does smell like fresh, authentic, just picked mint. Very nice. So I just wanted to have a few of these on hand in my stash for when I finish my brick. All right, and then as part of the birthday bash that they're doing for the month of July, I got to pick up one of my all-time favorite scents. This is Berry Sweet. This is fresh blueberries and red strawberries coated in a sweet candy glaze, are as sweet as can be. And I actually had this in my quarterly club, but this gave me a chance to move it to my bi-monthly club, which is now my kind of spring and summer club. And I love this scent for the summer. To me, this is a dupe of Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works. It is so sweet and summery, and there's something very cool and refreshing about this. I just love it. It really does smell like Firecracker Pop. It is just such a perfect scent for summer, and I love it. I'm so glad that I was able to move it to my spring and summer club. So I did want to pick up a bar just to kind of replenish my stash a little bit. And then, like I said, I did place a club order, and in that order, I picked up 2 bars of Dancing Magnolias. So this was a Whiff Box exclusive last month, I believe. And then now they're making it so if you wait 1 month from the Whiff Box it was featured in, you can add it to Scentsy Club. So I did not get that Whiff Box. I have not smelled this. This will be a first sniff. This is Magnolia, Strawberry, and Vanilla. And lately I've actually really been enjoying Scentsy's Magnolia note, so I'm excited to smell this. Ooh, this is very light. Let's smell the bottom. Ooh, this reminds me of something, and I'm going to have to think about it. Oh my gosh, this reminds me so much of another scent. I'm gonna have to think about it. I will try to put it across the screen here. But this reminds me of something that we've had from Scentsy before. So it is a perfumey floral. I don't get a lot of like a really fruity strawberry from this. It's definitely more on the perfumey side of things. There's a little bit of vanilla to kind of soften things, but this isn't a very sweet scent. It is a kind of floral perfumey, a little bit kind of heady, but not super powdery. It's just very pleasant. This smells kind of like a spring to summer floral to me. So I will have to think about what this reminds me of because it reminds me of something that we've had before. And I needed to stock up on some of my kind of citrusy favorites. So I actually used my last bar of lemon, sugar, and sage. So I picked up 2 of these. This was a scent of the month last year, and then they brought it back in the catalog. This is a very, very fresh, clean lemon. You definitely get this kind of herbal note from the sage, but this is very, very pretty. This makes your house smell so clean. This does smell like a cleaner lemon to me, but it's not abrasive. It's not harsh. It's just very pleasant and fresh, and I really, really like it. So I did have this in my club until it returned, and then I wanted to stock up a little bit on that one. And then I also picked up another of one of my favorites, Wild Citrus and Sugar Cane. This is yuzu, tangerine, and lychee. And this is just so, so pretty. This is a little bit more of like a tropical citrus scent. There's something bright and juicy about this one, but it is very, very pretty and definitely one of my favorite citrus scents. And there were a ton of scents from this summer's Bring Back My Bar that I was like super, super excited about. But I decided to revisit Citrus Pop just because a lot of people have really been liking this. I actually remember when this was a new release in the catalog, and I remember liking it, but just not really loving it. So I want to see how I feel about it now. So Scentsy says this is bergamot, sparkling mandarin, and orange blossom. And I usually really love citrus scents. I remember this one being kind of like cloyingly sweet. So let's see. Yeah, this is what I remember. There is definitely a sweet kind of powdery vanilla note to me in this. This one doesn't smell like bright and juicy to me. It smells more sweet, candy, powdery mandarin. It's actually really pretty. It's not unpleasant at all. I think at the time I just liked other citrus scents better, but I will enjoy warming this. I recently warmed the orange candy scent from the Willy Wonka collection, and that was just way, way, way too cloyingly sweet. It kind of smelled like baby aspirin to me. This is much more pleasant to my nose, and I think I'll really enjoy getting through this bar of Citrus Pop. Another scent that I have smelled before and wanted to revisit is Habana Vieja. So this was from the Cuba wax collection from ages ago. It was such a cute collection. It came in a little burlap sack, and it was just a really, really fun one. So I was glad to see this one back. Scentsy says this is tobacco flower, amber, and vanilla. And if I remember right, this was a very sophisticated kind of scent. Oh yeah, this is a very sophisticated, rich, deep tobacco amber scent. So to me, this doesn't smell like cigarettes or anything like that. It's just a very rich, sophisticated, luxurious kind of scent. So I thought this one might be nice as we transition into the fall. I think I'll keep one for me and then give one to my parents. And then a scent that I've had before that I don't think I still have in my collection, but just wanted it for the novelty of it, is Tomato Vine. So it actually matches my shirt that I have on. This is simply Tomato Vine. So as I remember it, this is the most authentic green tomato vine scent that I've ever smelled. And yeah, it really does smell like a fresh picked tomato vine. So where you break the vine and have that kind of sap coming out of it, that's exactly what this smells like. I don't know how they do it, but it is green. It's kind of herbaceous, very garden-like, and just kind of a very different scent. So I don't know when I would really be in the mood to warm this. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to revisit it and have it in my collection. So that is Tomato Vine. And then the last Bring Back My Bar that I picked up with this order is a very controversial scent, and I don't know what to expect with this. This is cookie dough. So I don't usually love bakery scents, but I've heard so many varying opinions of this that I just wanted to get it and give it a try. So this says it's baked cookies. So I don't know how a cookie dough scent would smell baked, but let's see. Ooh, this is interesting. So I don't love it on cold, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So I do get this kind of waxy chocolate chip note. I do get a waxy chocolate chip. Not a ton of like a real sugary dough scent. To me, this just smells like a stale, waxy chocolate chip. So interesting. I don't know what I was expecting. And like I said, I don't really love bakery scents, but I just wanted to give this one a try. So that is cookie dough. If you've had a chance to try this, you'll have to let me know what you think of this one. And then I wanted to pick up some of my favorite scents from the Italian Edit collection. So if you watched my last video, I really did like all of the scents from the Italian Edit. Limone Fresco, I think, was my least favorite on cold, and then my least favorite on warm. But I've kind of grown to appreciate it a little bit more, and I did pick up a bar here, and this is just a very, very fresh, clean lemon. To me, there's nothing sweet about this scent. To me, there's almost something a little salty about this scent. Scentsy says it's lemon zest, limoncello, and spun sugar. I don't get a ton of spun sugar. I don't really get a limoncello note, like a sweet, sweet, saturated lemon liqueur smell. I just get a lot of like a fresh lemon zest. And then there is something very fresh about this that kind of translates to my nose as cucumber peel. Also kind of picking up some like green melon tones here. So to me, this smells like a cucumber lemon water. It's actually very refreshing. It's kind of cool smelling, and it is a nice one for the summer. It is very clean, and Tyson really liked this one, so I did want to get a bar of that. My second favorite on warm, and one that I actually did add to my club, is Aria di Milano, and I did pick up 2 of these. Scentsy says that this is citrus, iris, and cotton musk. And to me, this is a near dupe of Bath & Body Works Beautiful Day fragrance. And I used to wear that body spray all the time. This is just such a fresh, clean, bright, sunny floral. I think I'm getting that kind of fresh, clean vibe from the cotton musk, but I do get a lot of a clean, bright floral. And there is this very vibrant kind of perfumey citrus note as well. It's very pleasant, and this was actually a really, really standout performer. It was super strong in my bedroom. In fact, my husband asked me if I could turn some of the warmers off because it was so strong. So I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with this, and it's very pleasant and reminds me of one of my favorite Bath & Body Works scents, Beautiful Day. So that one will be staying in my club. And then finally, my favorite bar from the Italian Edit is Terrazza del Sole. So I ended up getting 4 of these. I love this scent. I just fell in love with it. Scentsy says that this is lemon, crushed mint, and jasmine. And I was really looking for just a signature citrus scent for the summer that was a little different, clean, and refreshing. And this is it. This is so, so good. I've been craving warming this scent again. I went through my first bar and then I knew I had to get more. This was added straight to my club. The citrus in this is so juicy. It smells like fresh squeezed orange juice, or maybe like fresh squeezed tangerine juice with a little bit of grapefruit juice. And then there is this hint of mint. To me, it's not an overwhelming mint, but it's just enough to make this smell very fresh, very, very pleasant. Very cool, refreshing, summery. I love this scent. It was a good performer in my open concept. The only thing I will say about this is it didn't last a very long time. I think I got at least a good 1.5 days out of this, and I do turn my warmers off at nighttime. But on like the second or third day, it did start smelling a little stale to me. So this is one that's best when it's just fresh in the warmers and you have a beautiful summery sunny day to enjoy it. I love this and it will definitely be staying in my club. All right, I got a few non-wax items, the first of which are just really boring. I did use a half off reward to get a replacement filter for my air purifier. The little orange light is on mine in my bedroom, so I need to change that out. And then another really boring thing, this is a replacement dish for my satin black warmer. This is the classic curve warmer, and I don't think it's in the catalog anymore, which is crazy, but I have this one in my front room, and it's just one of my favorite warmers because it is so classic. But I have noticed when I've been doing wax changes lately and cleaning out the dish that I'm getting some kind of oily spots on the bottom of the dish, and that makes me think that maybe there's like a micro crack in the dish that's letting some of the oil seep through. So on that old dish, like I said, I'm seeing some kind of oily spots. So I just wanted to get a replacement of that warmer dish because I'm starting not to trust that dish upstairs. All right, and then the star of the show for this haul is actually a warmer from the Italian Edit collection. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this one up, but I have been loving decorating with lemons this spring and summer. I have some of my favorite lemon warmers out and figured that this one would just fit in so perfectly. So I did go ahead and jump on board and pick up the Amalfi Limone warmer. This is so pretty, and like a lot of people have said, it's very on trend with some of the home decor that we're seeing out, like the very figural lemons, the Mediterranean inspired decor. So I'm very excited to unbox this. So we do have a cute little plain white dish, and this has the new Scentsy branding, and this says it can hold 4 cubes of wax. All right. Oh, it's so cute in person. Oh, this is so adorable. Okay, I love it. I'm glad I got it. Eee, this is so cute. Oh, I love it. I wasn't 100% sure about it just because it had so much green on it, but in person, this is just so, so cute. Oh, I love the 3-dimensional lemons. So the back of the warmer does have the cutouts to let out heat and light, and then the front of the warmer is just solid. That's another reason that I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to pick it up, just because I do love warmers that glow, but I have a few places in mind where I think this one would work. So I'm so excited. It does have a little cord cutout and then the new branding Scentsy logo there. This is a 25-watt warmer. So let's go ahead and get the bulb in here. This is so cute. This is, I think, a little bit more petite than I was expecting, but it's still a really, really nice size. In the camera, of course, it looks really big, but it is a little bit more petite and compact than I was expecting. I think it's just so cute. Okay, so the cute little dish just sits perfectly there. And then, like I said, it won't glow in the front, but it does emit a lot of light from the holes in the back. There are several holes there, so this would cast a very nice glow on the wall behind it. I'm very, very pleased with this. It is so pretty. It'll fit in with my lemon theme perfectly. So you'll have to let me know if this is something that caught your attention or what you've been loving this summer from Scentsy. I'm also planning on filming a tour of my summer warmers and decor if that's something that you're interested in. So stay tuned for that. Again, you'll have to let me know what you've been loving from Scentsy this summer. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.